Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Today I wanted to clear the air, if you will. I've recently put out some content regarding the entrepreneurship space and the business coaching space. And I feel that I may have misconstrued some things. I was also not in the best state of mind when I filmed that video. So we are going to clear the air today and mesh my two worlds together. So this is super exciting. If you don't know, I am a freelance YouTube strategist and manager. I do some video editing, and that business started 3 years ago. Along the way, I decided I wanted to start my own YouTube channel because my life was so deep in the YouTube space that I felt like, why not combine the two? Now, with all of this said, I do realize that in these past videos that I'm referring to, I may or may not have mentioned that I think business coaching is a scam. That was a very blanketed statement, again, when I wasn't in a very good headspace. And I wanted to clarify what I meant by that before we get into this comparison video. I really think that a majority of the business coaching space is a scam. They are scammers trying to scam you. They are people in MLMs. They are people who took advice maybe from somebody that was out of integrity with the things that these people want to do. And these coaches are very much promoting the dark patterns that I made a video about and things like that. And so I wanted to take a business coach and mentor who I respect and now am lucky enough to call a friend who has been in my life since I started my business. I would not have left my job and started a business if I didn't know it was possible. And she happens to be the one that was like, hey, look over here, we can do this. So I wanted to compare what she does and what kind of got me started in a virtual business space, which subsequently has led me to starting my own YouTube channel, to our favorite Jessie Lee Ward and her kind of scammy way of business. So I'm doing a side-by-side comparison of the two, and we're gonna break down their events, their offers, their language, their behaviors, and kind of just paint you a picture of what a potential mentor in your life, in your business, can look like compared to a con artist, of course, in my opinion. So let's get into it. The coaching individual that I am comparing Jessie Lee Ward and her coaching to is none other than the amazing Lauren Golden from the Free Mama and the Free Mama movement. If you have never heard of her, just a quick history to catch you up to speed. She started her business back in 2015, and she did start as a virtual assistant. She was working a full-time 9-to-5 job and wanted to have the time freedom that MLMs promote so much to us moms who want to have the time freedom to spend time with our children. So like I said, when she started her business, she was still working her 9-to-5 up until the point where she didn't have to anymore, because she was able to make enough in this virtual assistant business that she had built from the ground, which can't be said for any of these MLMers like Jessie Lee Ward. These individuals are buying into businesses. So anyway, she started her virtual assistant business, realized what she figured out, and with her type A personality, she was able to put together a program for essentially moms, but there are some individuals who have taken the course in the past who don't have kids yet or are not females that found success with what she had to teach. So the fact alone that she built a business around the thing that she is teaching from the ground, from nothing, gives her automatic credibility, whereas Jessie Lee Ward, again, is buying into these businesses that already exist, and she is essentially basing her business success off of something that already existed, which she built her quote-unquote empire around, and continuously recruits people to her MLM as well as her empire community and her coaching programs. So with all of that said, it is the icing on top of the cake that Lauren, who founded this program, the Free Mama and the Free Mama movement, I know that she was in Mary Kay for a little while, and she was actually one of the people, she was one of the 1% that made money, but it was only a couple $100. So needless to say, she is not for MLMs. She doesn't teach anything around MLMs. She's very, we can do this. You can build this. You have the skills that you need to build this. You don't have to buy into a MLM community or meet these ridiculous bars to keep your business to do this. You can do this on your own and you could build it. So recently, Lauren held her annual event, Free Mama Live. It's a business convention and it is a legitimate business convention. The MLM conventions are a lot of self-help gurus who are not getting you tangible results and selling you hype. Whereas this event that Lauren holds is more tangible results, while there's still self-help things in there because most events are going to have that regardless. There are more tangible things like how to carve out time to do the quote unquote self-care that you need. I don't like that term, but it is the term that we have to take care of ourselves. And being in a freelance business, it's hard to kind of, even with a YouTube channel, like it's hard for me to separate from my computer a lot of times because I enjoy what I'm doing. So when I mention like self-help and self-improvement, it's more along the lines of those things and not the hype that the MLM conventions and Jessie Lee's convention, which we'll look at here in a second, promotes. And also with Lauren's events, they're very educational based. So they're going to give you tangible things that you can take home and like apply to your actual business that you built. Whereas Jessie Lee's are not giving you any of those tangible things. And these MLM conventions are not giving you any of these tangible things. They're giving you the hype to keep you in the community because they need you to hit those bars every month to keep your business or to keep paying for the coaching program that you are going back to get more hype and not tangible stuff. So that's a quick overview of how their events differ. And I wanted to show you a comparison and kind of react with you to the highlight reel from Jessie Lee's event that she holds compared to Lauren's recent highlight reel. Now, I'm not going to show the full highlight reels, but I will link both down below so you can, of course, go and watch the full videos if you'd like to form your own opinion. But let's get into it.
I'm so grateful for this moment. This is magic. This is the empire. 1, 2, 3. Thank you guys so much.
I'm already cringing. Because why are we standing on the stage with money in our hand, holding it up to the sky and crying in a triangle? Does anybody else realize that? They are legitimately in the shape of a triangle, which is also a pyramid, which is interesting. But anyway, I digress. This is just awkward to me. Like, what is the purpose of this? There's no context given whatsoever. What is this doing for anybody? Nothing. It's hype. It's just that when the video starts like this is legitimately the way the highlight reel started. And for somebody who has learned to see through the bullshit, I'm seeing through it. This is clear as day. Transparently bullshit. I'd also like to know, like, just are they picking that money back up or is that going to Jessie? I'm going to have to dub over a lot of both of these highlight reels because of the copyright. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I will be adding my own music. If you go and watch the original videos, that is why. So right off the bat, right after that money drop, for whatever reason, I still don't know why we did that, but we're going go-kart racing. Again, what is this doing for your business? Yes, it's fun and it's a good team building experience, but I'm still not understanding what you're giving these people for the amount of money they pay to be in the empire, the amount of money they spend. And I feel like this is where another place where you'll see that bosslee and Lauren differ. Jessie Lee is very flashy and she's like, I bought my team this and paid for the whole empire to go-kart racing, or whoever is like the top tier of the empire gets to go and do this, and this is what you can do. Like, there's nothing that's really showing you what you learn to better yourself, or there's nothing. It's empty.
You don't know what had to change in her life for her to want to run her business. Just like a lot of you in here. Because as soon as some of those people and yourself are hungry enough to change your life, the game changes. Because one thing I can promise you is going to happen this weekend is you're going to shift. Because when you see things differently, you can't unsee them.
So she's going to brainwash you.
I will never forget the first time I sat in a room with Eric Worre, and he had everybody stand up, and he had people stand up for making $1 million a year. And I was making $250,000 a year, and I thought I was freaking King Kong.
What the This feels like we are shaming the people who are not making $1 million a year. And if you're not familiar with Eric Worre, really quick, he is another lovely MLM network marketing business coach, just like Jessie Lee. So of course she's going to listen to him. This is another thing that when I see coaches doing this, whether they are in the MLM space or a different business coaching space, when they are promoting so much this $1 million lifestyle, they're selling hope and they're selling dreams. They're not selling actual tangible ways to get you to that $1 million. And your MLM is not what's going to do it. I'm sorry, it's not. Because look at Jessie Lee. She is not only in an MLM, she's selling this, in my opinion, business coaching scam, where you have other business coaches who are legitimately out here helping people and not making ridiculous income claims like this, and not shaming people in a way for making still 6 figures a year in your business, which is something you should be proud of. This is what gives business coaches as a whole a bad name, and it makes people very resistant to business coaching and trying to weed through the business coaches. I've had bad experiences in the past. Recently, I bought into a coaching program outside of the Free Mama and the Free Mama movement that I bought into. Right after we moved into our house thinking that it was a good business move. It's a business coach and they're not going to steer me wrong. And I ended up in deep financial trouble because of that decision. It was a domino effect and it just snowballed into, holy shit, bought into a scam. And I can't do anything about it now, and I have to claw my way out of this and rebuild my whole business. So I think that those types of business coaches and business coaches that are out there like Jessie Lee selling the hopes and the dreams are the scammers. And there's so many more of them than there are actual people who are out here to help you and not trying to flash around their money and say they make all of this money when we don't even know if that's the truth.
I found out that I was freaking Donkey Kong, okay?
You can tell sometimes what somebody brand is, by the way, just by looking at their social media without even interacting with them. You can look at somebody and you can tell their brand.
But if you'll do this over and over and over again, when you want to quit, when you don't think it's working, when your friends tell you it's not working, when the haters tell you not working, if you keep doing the shit, I'm telling you, at one point, God says, you've done enough. It's your turn. But if you quit, you never get that. But if you stop, and it could be 8 years, what if I stopped 8 years ago? I wouldn't be here.
We just had to throw the prove it in there and show that everybody has their ketones ready to drink at this convention at all times because, Ketones. Such bullshit, by the way. Don't buy into the fake ketones. You cannot. No, that's not how science works. Please don't do this. Please don't waste your money on ketones.
So your perceived perception of what their perception is going to be of how bad you are and how terrible you're going to look really doesn't exist.
Why are we running on stage to hug somebody? That is also something that is very cringy. Like, everybody has to watch Jessie get adored on stage, like getting hugs on stage. For what? Like, we're just running up and hugging people? What the fuck? It just feels weird. I would feel so uncomfortable if it were me on either side. Whether somebody was coming up on the stage to hug me for no reason, just because I am who I am, or I was running up on the stage to hug somebody for no reason, just because they are who they are. Like, people, there's so many people watching you, it's awkward. More flash. Like, what is this? What is this doing? It's promoting the lifestyle of financial freedom through MLM, and that's not the way this works. You're not even going to be financially free. This is going to hurt. You're not going to be financially free from just starting a business. You have to put the time and effort and energy and training into what you're doing, and like legitimate training, not MLM convention training, into what you're doing to be able to make enough money to be financially stable first, and then move on to financially free. And that's not always the case. Sometimes you're just making enough to make ends meet, and that's the way it is. She's selling the dream. She's selling the hope.
All have the ability to be on this stage next year, right? How amazing does it feel to be back together again? Oh, it's so good, so good. You have to understand we all start somewhere. And the more you let this team become part of you, the faster you get there. It's what everybody's really been saying, but really want to drive that home tonight. There aren't that many real people that I would consider legends in network marketing, but she is definitely one with 33 years experience. We call her the godmother. I call her mom. Without Lisa Grossman, there is no empire improvement.
The legends of network marketing and MLMs are the ultimate scammers. Legends of the scam world. Legends of the Hidden Temple. Any 90s kids? I feel like my ring light is too bright.
You know, they say that when God closes a door somewhere, he opens a window. Jessie Lee and I, it opened the floodgates. This is what happens with most people. They have no clarity on what they want. Do not confuse a goal or a milestone with the life that you are designing. If we don't master the art of specificity, we will master the art of settling. People that are successful live in the specifics. They know exactly what they're doing. They know what they're creating. They know why they're creating it. They know who they're creating it for, and they are borrowing from their future to get the enthusiasm to complete it. The strategies may change. They often do. So never forget where you are. Celebrate it. Never forget where you came from. You have to share it. But always, always know where you're going. I love you very much.
More hype. Oh my God, they're all shaking their Prove It ketones. Why? Why? This is culty. Please don't join an MLM. All right, so that was Jessie Lee Ward's highlight reel for her event, her Empire event, Empire Global. I didn't get anything from that aside from hype. And I'm not saying that the people that went didn't have fun. I'm sure they had fun. Getting together with people is always fun. But when you're investing this kind of money into your business, you should be getting something tangible, not just a bunch of hype, hope, dreams, and ketones. And now you're going to see the shift in the energy and the shift in just the feelings that you get from seeing a legitimate business coach who's wanting to help moms legitimately with a real business and not an MLM pyramid scheme business, and how this individual treats her people compared to how it feels with Jessie Lee. So let's get into it.
We're at the final Free Mama Live in Kansas City. There's over 100 business owner moms who are here to learn and grow both personally and professionally.
Get after a shower and then fly back down. Look, just take a peek at this. Okay. My daughter, other daughter. Don't catch me. I just left the gym.
Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? You have to hug me though. How are you? So good. Yeah. Oh, that's so fun.
You're gonna love that. Can you tell Lauren thank you? See you ladies later.
You're so welcome. I'm Lauren. It's nice to meet you.
What's
I
your
like
name?
your pigtails. Hi, baby. I got you already. How are you?
I'm good. Good. How are you?
Good to see you. That's for you. All your goodies are inside. Hello. Oh my gosh. No way. You're too big.
I know,
Who is
right?
this?
You've been talking to her since she was,
Who
what,
is
3
this?
or something?
I'm tall. Yes. Am I as tall as you thought I was on the computer? Or did you think I'd be taller? You don't know.
Okay, so right off the bat, this is Lauren. We have already seen people speaking to Lauren. And I noticed with Jessie Lee's highlight reel, it felt very separated. Like you felt separated from the people who were going to be on the stage as opposed to the people who purchased tickets to be at the event. The people who purchased tickets to be at Lauren's event got greeted at the check-in by Lauren. And she knew everybody that came in, where I didn't see that with Jessie Lee's. It was a lot of hype around her, hype around Jessie Lee. Like you saw Jessie Lee taking group pictures with everybody that was there and then speaking with a very small group of people. Whereas here you see Lauren, who is the business coach, interacting with everybody who purchased a ticket. And the way Jessie Lee was acting with her interactions on her highlight reel, and maybe there was more interaction, and they just didn't show it on the highlight reel. But I feel that the business coaches out there who are not in integrity with themselves or in integrity with the offer they promote, they don't have the experience that to help people with what they are saying they can help people with. I feel that there's a big difference in the way that they interact with people. Oftentimes they won't go out and mingle just with people as they're showing up. They're too good for that. They have to go and be backstage and you have to buy the VIP ticket to really interact with them. And I don't feel that with a legitimate business coach. I don't feel that a business coach should be acting that way. And in this Free Mama Live highlight reel, you see that she is more interactive and more genuine with the people who purchase tickets. She knows their names. She knows their kids. She's been following them for however long they have been inside of her coaching community where she helps them every day. It's not the same can't be said for the scammy business coaches out there like I'm bosslee or Jessie Lee Ward or Eric Worre or Ray Higdon or any of those people. It's completely different when you're getting scammed. You can feel it. Another thing that you may have noticed by now is that we are not being flashy. We don't have stretch Hummer limos. We don't have sports cars. We don't have go-kart racing. We are getting a real feel of what it's like to be at this convention, which is the purpose of having a highlight reel like this, and maybe less of the flashiness and bull that Jessie Lee is trying to sell us, and Eric Worre and Ray Higdon and whoever else you can think of.
From opening the door, how are you feeling? Talk to me, like what's happening right now?
Zen, calm. Those 2 years of yoga have really paid off. We're going to introduce some of those practices to everybody this weekend, which is exciting. Like Sarah and I were just talking about, this feels like family. It feels like a family reunion, so there's nothing to be nervous about. And like I said, way back in 2019, the first time that we ever did this, the greatest gift I feel like I can give to these women is to mess up and be okay with it and make mistakes and keep going on, because that's what life is all about. So no stress, because it's just a good time.
Something else you might have noticed just with this little clip. When we saw the Empire event, there were random team members like greeting people and giving them high fives. Very much felt like a multi-level marketing, network marketing conference, something like that. The Scentsy family reunion that we just talked about, where like the head of the event is backstage. When you walk into an event that a legitimate business coach is putting on to further your business, chances are they're going to be greeting you at the door. They are going to be saying hi to you. They are going to be knowing who you are. I didn't get that same feeling from the promotion for Jessie Lee's event. Something else that business events that, in my experience, whenever I go to these business events, this is what happens, is that the speakers who were invited to be there typically are out in the crowd, mingling, again, answering questions, getting to know people, connecting, making business connections. Like, this is something that happens when you run your own business. When you go to these MLM coaching events or MLM conferences, you are not getting this interaction. It's like they're up there and you're down here, and that's how it's got to stay, and you cannot interact with each other. This is something else that I noticed. In the Empire highlight reel, you didn't like get an idea of who was speaking or what they were speaking about or how the people who were there were feeling. Like, all you saw were like images. Here in this highlight reel of a legitimate business coach, you are seeing the people who are attending, speaking, telling you how they feel about the event, what they have gotten from the event. You're also seeing the names of the speakers who were there. One was a sales specialist. This here is Lauren and her husband Justin on stage talking about what it's like to run two separate freelance businesses. They both have their own freelance businesses that they run, and how you can do that simultaneously while working on your marriage and while raising children. Like, you're getting the real advice, the real things, and not the hype. That is one of the differences between a scam business coach and a legitimate business coach.
It's just completely different. I'm a whole different person from who I was before.
I didn't have the chance to tell her everything, so like not now. So Lauren, thank you so much, because like I've learned so many things that it's not like business, it's life, it's everything.
I wanted to pause it here because when we're comparing MLM conferences to a business conference of this nature, where you have a bunch of women and moms coming together who started their own virtual business, whether it's virtual assisting or YouTube strategy and management, they have all come together and they are in community. This is different than an MLM conference because these are actual connections. These are actual friendships, and they are not benefiting off of whatever the person they're talking with or having fun with is doing and getting like to know better. There's no financial benefit there. There's no like, you're part of my team, so come in our circle and dance with us. Like, it's everybody gets to know each other and makes connections, and it's so much more genuine than if you were to go to the Empire convention or Scentsy family reunion. It's so different. It's a connection where if you said, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm closing down my business and going back to my 9 to 5, they're not going to completely shut you out. They are still going to be your friends. I know this because of the amount of times I've pivoted in my business and the amount of people that I have made connections with who have left their business behind and went back to a 9 to 5 job outside of the home, and we're still friends because there was nothing connecting us. Like, there's no hard feelings because I'm not making them money anymore or they're not making me money anymore. It's so much different. So when you see these interactions, your brain might be like, well, this seems like the Empire event, or this seems like Scentsy family reunion. It's totally different. And I want to make that point clear because I don't want anyone who's watching my content who maybe is running their own freelance business think like, oh, am I in a cult? Is this a scam? Like, it's not always the case. It's very different when it comes to this type of event. And you'll see people speaking on the stage and talking about their experience. And that's not for any reason aside from just sharing what they have done and coming back to this community. It is a community, just like the anti-MLM community or the Peloton community. Everything, if you've ever read or listened to the book Cultish, first of all, if you haven't, I highly recommend it. She explains how almost everything is a cult. Peloton, Weight Watchers. I get big flack for that because of my video in the past that I made. Planet Fitness, Target, it's all a cult because a cult is a group of people with similar interests, similar beliefs. I say that because not all communities or groups of people are bad. They're not out to hurt everybody. And when we're talking about this type of business community where people, again, are not benefiting off of each other, they are genuinely connected because they are going through this experience and they don't know what to expect and what not to expect, and they're all learning from each other. So that's why this is so different than the Empire event or Scentsy family reunion or any of those types of events, like I said. And something else that you'll notice at these types of events, when somebody is on stage speaking, the individual who is the host of the event is typically sitting there and listening to what this person has to say with a level of intentness. Whereas at these other events, you don't see the other people. Like, where are they? Why aren't they here? Why aren't they taking part in this? You have to, again, be some type of top level person to get to actually interact with the people that are hosting those types of events, if that makes sense. All right, let's get on with it.
So my name is Ryan. Lauren and I connected through her taking my yoga classes at Lifetime. I won't dive too much into my story right now. We'll get into that after we practice. Honestly, man, the ladies killed it. We did a little yoga flow, and they were incredible, strong, powerful, committed. I loved it, loved the energy, loved the vibe. And we chatted a little bit.
This is also something normal to see at a business conference, business event. There's some type of like group activity, whether it's fitness or going to a certain restaurant to have dinner. Again, different from MLM conferences because nobody's benefiting from anything from each other. They're just learning a new thing. Maybe some of these women have never done yoga before, and now they get to incorporate that into their day. And at the same time, MLM conferences do have some of those aspects, but you feel more pressured to be there and to be taking part in the bad parts of the cult experience when you go to those MLM conferences and they have like the 5K that's going on. Ugh, those were dreadful. That's all we're going to look at for the event highlight reel portion of the comparison. If you felt the difference, let me know in the comments, or just let me know your thoughts in the comments. But now I want to compare their sales pages and show you how those are different. We're going to look at Jessie Lee's landing page for her sales, and then we're going to look at Lauren's, and we're going to compare them side by side and take a look at something that, in my opinion, is a scam and something that is legitimate and really out here to help people. So let's get into that part. Okay, so as soon as we go into the landing page, Jessie says her name, Jessie Lee Ward, and then it says Jessie Lee Ward is #bosslee. I help people make 6 and 7 figures from their phone. So it's all about money so far and Jessie Lee. On Lauren's landing page, the legitimate business coach, it says the membership that grows with you. Let's start, grow, and scale your virtual business together, which is great because this is about me, not the person that I'm hiring, correct? And then it says the free mama. You don't have to choose between your family and your finances. You don't have to do it alone. So the difference here, and something you'll see with a lot of the scammy business coaches and network marketing coaches out there, is that their landing page right off the bat is all about them. Whereas a legitimate landing page is going to be about you because you're there for you, not for them. And the reason I think this landing page is like this, where in terms of Jessie Lee, is because she has such a large following that people are going to buy this just because she is her and they want to get closer to her. And that is where we get into trouble, is the idolization and the cloudiness of why you're actually doing this in the first place. And then again, the next part of Jessie's landing page is connect with me. Click to find me on the social platforms below. Be sure to follow or subscribe on each if you want in on all updates, giveaways, freebies, and ridiculous value that can change your life. She's making it all about her. It's come follow me. Me. The next section on Lauren's landing page says, you've been lied to, mama. Your whole life, you've been told that you have to choose. You can be a mom or you can make money. Well, that's not true. You, because it's about you, not about the person who is selling their services to you or their program to you. This should be the first red flag when you are on any type of business coaching page. It should be you first, not them. Now, I just want to make this disclaimer that I am not a marketing expert, but I have been scammed and I have been in MLMs. And I have a little bit of an idea from the research that I've done what differs a scam from a legitimate offer or business coach. And these are things that I've noticed the scammers to be doing that I wanted to make sure I pointed out and did a side-by-side for you to see the difference. And now we learn who is Jessie Lee. But on Lauren's page, we get a video of her telling us about what the membership that she is selling and offering has to offer, what's inside, followed by testimonials from real people. We still haven't gotten that from Jessie Lee yet. Very telling. Can we say self-absorbed? Then we move down to the next section of both of these landing pages, and surprise, surprise, we get more self-absorbed Jessie Lee content. She wants you to access her weekly, how clever, content. Pop in your email and I'll deliver value that will rock your socks. Fire emoji. I also love to give things away, so if you want in on that, get on my list. So far, that's the only thing you're giving is giveaways, because what are you going to rock my socks off with? Is it going to be a comedy newsletter? Is it going to be something about the weekly events that are going to blow my mind because they weren't in the regular news? Or is it going to be business stuff that's going to rock my socks? I've got nothing from this landing page yet, and that is a sign of a scammer. That is a sign. On the Free Mama page, we get more stuff about you. And it's not so much like facts or anything like that. It is something fun for you to look at. Side effects of joining the Free Mama movement may include extreme happiness, figuring out what you love to do and getting paid to do it, which is what you can do as a virtual assistant. You can niche down into graphic design, where you can become a Canva specialist. Also, would like to add, while I said that, a lot of MLMs are encouraging people to join an MLM so they can learn how to use Canva to make their flyers and things. You don't need to join an MLM to learn how to use Canva. You can learn how to use it for free from YouTube, from Canva itself. They have tutorials in there from all different sources. And then here's the mind-blowing part. You can start a virtual business to offer Canva services to clients who don't want to do that their own. It's pretty mind-blowing, I know. So that is what that means. And then extra cash in your bank account, because money is what buys you freedom. There's no income claim there. It's just saying that if you joined this membership, you are going to learn how to start a business, which is exactly what you get. And you can find the testimonials from real live people who aren't trying to sell you on an MLM throughout the interwebs. So there's that. Increase self-esteem. Your confidence will grow, as will your network of friends and professionals. Free time to spend on yourself and your kids, your friends, and whatever else you want. This is possible, and this particular business coach will help you do that and has the resources to help you do that because she did it from the bottom, from the very bottom, not from buying into a pyramid scheme. We're going to go down to the next section here. On Jessie's page, we have more ways to follow her. Go to the business coaching and discover Jessie Lee's powerful coaching programs available to you and get the mentorship you've been searching for. Mentorship on what? How to earn 6 and 7 figures? What if 6 and 7 figures? That is not realistic. And again, she's selling the dream. You can't just go from not doing anything to automatically earning 7 figures a year. This is selling the dream. The People's Mentor podcast, you can listen to her talk. Jessie Lee Ward, links and resources. Access dozens of business resources, opportunities, and links served up on a silver platter for you. Bosslee speaking. Access dozens of business resources, opportunities, and links served up to you on a... Those say the same thing. Did nobody catch that? Where if we go over to Lauren's page, we haven't really heard much about Lauren yet, but that's okay because I'm on this page for me. And she knows that. So there's video testimonials from people who have been within the community and learned from Lauren and started a successful business. And then you have the normal marketing stuff where it says the Free Mama is for you if ... And then it gives you different reasons why this might be for you. And it's about you, still about you. We aren't being told to go and follow Lauren anywhere. We aren't being told her story because quite frankly, the person who's visiting this website doesn't really care yet. We don't know you yet. We don't know each other on that level yet. So we're not there. And then the last section on Jessie Lee's page is still about her. Contact her anytime, and you could fill out an email form. That's how you get a hold of her. And then over on the Free Mama, Lauren's business page, it's still giving you like, what is this? What is this all about? Who is it for? And is this the right fit for me? More testimonials, pictures of people who have completed the membership or the program and getting their virtual assistant business up and running and the way they pivoted. All of these things are on this page. And at the very bottom, the second to last section of the Free Mama landing page is about Lauren. And the reason she puts that at the bottom is because she knows that this is about the person who is visiting the page and not about her. It is not, she's not going to be the center of the person's world. And she knows that. Whereas Bosslee, automatically, if you're in her community, she is the center of your world, just like Scentsy at Scentsy Family Reunion, and just like any other MLM company or any other scammy business coaching person out there, they are going to make it more about them and less about you. So that is something to look at when you are looking at their landing page or any of their content whatsoever. With all of that said, these are some things to look for when you are looking for a legitimate business coach, for somebody to mentor you in the point of business that you are in. look for these specific things. If you have any other questions, let me know, drop them in the comments. If you liked this video, let me know if you want more videos like this. This is kind of different for my channel, so let me know in the comments. And after you do that, remember, don't join an MLM.